The presentation of the book, The Portrait of a Shepherd, Biography, Imprints and Legacies of Bishop Solomon A. Amatu, written by Reverend Father Chibuike C. Uwakwe. This book, written to mark Bishop Amatu's 75th birthday, is a labor of love by the author, who since his priestly ordination in 2020 has been working very closely with Bishop Solomon Amatu. This book, published in 2025 by Immaculata Press of the Catholic Diocese of Okigwe, comprises 7 chapters. It begins with a praise of the book by John Cardinal Onayekan, followed by 3 forewords by Peter Ebere Cardinal Okbaleke, Most Reverend John Ifeanyichukwu Okoye, and Mr. Peter Obi. The next is an introduction in which the author shares his motivation for embarking on this project. The first chapter introduces the early life of Bishop Solomon Amatu, his birth and childhood, his family background, his initial religious experiences, his embrace of Western education in his hometown Ukbo, his journey to St. Simon's Primary School Ukbo, and his preparation for baptism. Chapter 2 presents his discernment of God's call to the priestly vocation, his minor seminary formation at All Hallows Seminary Onitsha, his memories of the Nigerian Civil War, his formation at Bigad Memorial Seminary Enugu, his apostolic work experiences, his diaconate ordination, and conclusion of his major seminary formation. Chapter 3 transitions to his priestly ordination, Thanksgiving Mass and reception, his priestly assignments at Achina, Ekulobia, Umunze, and Oga, his appointment as Diocesan Chancellor and Secretary, his journey to the Eternal City, postgraduate studies in canon law, his holiday travels and experiences, his return from studies and subsequent reappointment as Awka Diocesan Chancellor and Secretary, his appointment as chaplain of St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Chaplaincy, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, his investiture as Monsignor, and other appointments. Chapter 4 takes the reader through his appointment as Auxiliary Bishop of Awka, his choice of an episcopal motto and coat of arms, his episcopal ordination and reception, his participation in an orientation course for new bishops in Rome, his appointment as co-adjutor bishop of Okigwe, and his installation as the second bishop of Okigwe. In Chapter 5, the book explores his pastoral imprints in Okigwe Diocese, including his provision of pastoral agents, erection of parishes, dedication of churches, creation of deaneries, exercise of his spiritual and sacramental ministry, exercise of his judicial power, pastoral visits, ensuring a safe environment, his availability and accessibility, his safeguarding of the unity and faith of the Catholic Church, his exercise of the office of preaching, his pastoral care of the laity, priests, consecrated persons, or seminarians, and his engagement with socio-political issues. As the biography draws slowly to its conclusion, Chapter 6 focuses on his approach to financial management, his approach to conflict management, his approach to human resource management, his approach to education, his approach to healthcare delivery, the founding of the Sage newspaper, and the Immaculata Press. It also discusses his structural legacies, such as the new Bishop's Court and the Episcopal Guest House, the Cathedral Podium, the Diocesan Retreat Center, the new Diocesan Secretariat, the Pastoral Center, the Priest Retirement Home, and the Diocesan Cathedral Building, his magnum opus. In the concluding chapter, we see the dynamics of the shepherd's life. The 7th chapter discusses Bishop Amatu as a paragon of virtues and excellence, his relationship with his collaborators, the conversion of his mother to the Catholic faith, influences from his former superiors, his concern for his predecessor, his experiences of the other sides of life, The Eventide of the Bishop Emeritus in the Waiting, Lessons from his life and ministry, and conclusion. This biography project, which took 6 months to complete, is based on a series of interviews with Bishop Amatu, high-ranking church officials, his family members, friends and close associates. In all, a total of 65 persons were interviewed. As much as this book tells the story of Bishop Amatu, it also contains a precious history of the Catholic Diocese of Okigwe, especially during Bishop Amatu's time. At the back cover are testimonials on the book from some high-ranking persons such as Francis Cardinal Arinze, John Cardinal Onayekon, Peter Ebere Cardinal Okwaleke, Archbishop Fortunatus Nwachukwu, Archbishop Lucius Ugoji, Archbishop Augustine Kasuja, Bishop John Okoye, Mr. Peter Obi, Monsignor John C. Iwe, Monsignor Gregory Ramkisum, Father Ben J., and Dame Barrister Chisara Winifred Egwem Chima. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the portrait of a shepherd, biography, imprints, and legacies of Bishop Solomon Amatu. Indeed, you will find this book fascinating. Please get a copy for yourself. The publication of this book is proudly sponsored by Reverend Father Dr. Emeka Emeakaronha Foundation. Therefore, all proceeds from the launching and sales of this book will go entirely to Bishop Solomon Amatu as the author's token of goodwill.